and they don't have anyone to close on Saturdays anymore.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm ready when it.
Right. So I mean, not much really happened last session, but does anyone want to give the recap?
We got mad at Philippe, and then Philippe was being mysterious and told us we wouldn't find Willow. And we were all like, what the fuck? Okay, well, let's go back to the airship anyways. And then we saw this thing, and he's like, y'all look like a snack. We're like, psych, bitch. And then we beat the shit out of him. Miss anything?
That's pretty
That's
much
why I
what happened.
remember.
You did all see though that while you guys were kind of like heading back to the headquarters, that Bashika had his back turned to you and he looked like he was doing something. Um, and yeah, you guys got a long rest. So uh, anyone that hasn't done their long rest, go ahead and do that. Um,
If you didn't, we're level 10 now.
True.
I think everyone's on top of that. So we'll start with uh Voltaire first because I know that you had something that you wanted to kind of do during the long rest.
Attune with the sleep card.
Okay. So how exactly are you doing this? What's the conversation look like? I know the questions that you're gonna ask, and I have the answers for them, but I just want to like play out that conversation.
So we open with general discussions. Well, first I gotta figure out how to reapparate the card. Try and uh, look at my hand for a second, and then try to just imagine the card in my hand.
Roll Arcana for me.
Not trying to make it harder on my.
So it takes you a little while of just trying to like will this card into existence in your hand. Uh, you're like thinking, how did Willow do this? And after a little while, it starts to slowly appear in your hand, and then a little while after that, the full card is now in your hand.
Yeah, like uh, start off for a few minutes and have like a hollow version of it.
Yeah.
Then finally, after concentrating enough, it becomes a physical card again.
Yep.
And I flip it around and look at it strangely and be like, "Hey, are you there?"
I'm sleeping. What do you want?
I wanna ask you about uh Willow. I'm worried about them.
You know, we could have a better conversation if you were sleeping.
That was being interesting. Well, how am I supposed to sleep now?
Close your eyes, fall asleep. Easy.
Okay. So,
Look, I'm exhausted. Let's just go to sleep.
all right, I'll try. I'll meet you there. So, I'm not sure how this works. So, I'll just I'll put the card on my forehead and lay on the bed.
Dave,
How
did you
how?
look at the artwork of the card?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Little female thing.
It's so fucking
Yes.
funny.
I really thought about this voice
Love it.
just for that reaction alone.
Fucking love it.
How long would you say that it takes for Voltaire to actually fall asleep after that?
Well, I'm gonna say it's gonna be hour and a half. We'll go with that, cause
Okay.
I'm worried about Willow and things like that. I'm
Got a lot on your
a little
mind.
anxious.
As you sort of drift into sleep with the sleep card on your forehead, you're not sure really how to work this. Um yeah, exactly. Um you find yourself in some sort of like ethereal dream state. Like you're kind of like floating in a void of sorts. And the card apparates to like a life size, like it's almost the same height as you, but it still looks like, you know, obviously a card. And the figure in the card starts to animate and it goes, all right, we're here. let's talk.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out where Willow is. Eh, Are you able to contact them?
I mean, usually if Willow is holding on to us in some form of or another, I can sort of like tell where they are. But right now, I I can't feel or see or anything where they are.
Do you know when
Do you
the?
know where they are?
No, that's why I'm asking you. That's why I was worried.
That
Trying
makes
to
sense.
get a hold of you. I'm trying to. This is really weird. Just letting you know that. So
Imagine how it feels for me.
yeah, I'm not exactly sure what you are yet. What are you?
Yes,
You're everything and nothing.
getting there.
You you know who this Philippe character?
Kind of got to know him a little bit through Willow. Kind of sticks to himself. Very mysterious person. I couldn't really get a good read on him.
Very true. But so Willow does know who Philippe is?
Oh, for sure.
How long have they known each other?
I don't really get the concept of time. I got what you call time blindness, so could be days, could be years, could be centuries. I don't know.
Okay. Do you know what Philippe is? Is Philippe another fairy, another card like you? What is Philippe?
I mean, I don't see race.
I'm not sure that's.
It's a character choice, Dave. Character choice. It's an interesting character choice for sleep. I dig it.
You're welcome.
All right. So we don't see race. That oddly enough like blocks a lot of random questions. All right. So anyway, back to Willow.
I mean, just to be clear, I once thought Willow was just a little elf, and they got pissed. So
How
I steer clear from that.
how did you come in the Willow's possession? Are you possession? Where did you?
That's a story for another time.
All right. Tomorrow it is.
I didn't say tomorrow.
Uh, Tomorrow's another time.
Is it?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. Very much so.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, they said you could help us that had powers and things that could help on our adventures. I was just wondering if we can, you know, get a little closer and tap into those powers a little more.
You know what? I like you, but yeah, I don't like you like you. So maybe let's stick to just being friends, all right?
Okay? Do we have to like each other for you to help out?
Oh, you said get to know. I'm sorry, I assumed.
Well, I'm gonna say this is probably like a mutual agreement. Is there something that we can help you with?
I guess reconnect me with Willow.
Okay, can you help me do that?
No,
Right? Can you think of the last place that you were connected to Willow?
again, time blindness. I don't know.
Not
Again.
time, place.
Oh, place. Yeah. Where are we?
Where are we now?
That's what I asked.
Um, we're in the Spider's Web and No Vault,
Pure Star.
Pure Star. I don't know why. We have like 3 towns. I can't.
We still mix it up.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I do remember a big, giant, scary blob thing, and then I don't remember anything after that. I think we were in some sort of like graveyard or something.
Mob thing in the graveyard. Is that the monster? At the funeral?
I don't know. I just remember that, and then nothing after that.
All right. Well, I think you've been helpful. We'll talk. We'll talk some
We sure will. When you least expect it, when you least want it.
more. Okay.
All right, sleepy time.
All right. Good night.
The rest of your sleep goes uneventful, and you wake up in the morning feeling refreshed and a little confused. Did anyone else have anything they wanted to do before the long rest?
maybe not P. Diddy specifically. Isaac would like to, yeah, real. Isaac would like to, first of all, thank God that the day is over. Pouring one out for everybody, truly. Really quickly before bed, he's gonna take out his like combination spell book slash. It's kind of a journal too. It's kind of just like a book that he writes everything in.
Your diary.
I'm taking out my diary, okay? Yeah, it's my diary. I'm a grown man and I have a diary.
Journal.
Not,
It's called the
it's
journal.
a journal. It's a journal. I'm journaling. It's healthy. It expresses your emotions.
I'm
So
gonna
anyway,
journal
Isaac
about
sits
you.
down and takes his quill out and writes, "Dear diary, today we fought a big fucking thing." No, he'll just very
I could-
methodically.
Really quick, I could show you what you guys fought.
Oh my god, yeah.
Give me a second. Let me get it on the map real quick.
E23. Oh my god, why does it look like that?
Yeah, it almost killed Blue Jay.
Dear diary, what the fuck was that thing? I didn't like it. Dear diary, I didn't know you could have that many mouths, and yet I didn't see a butthole. It confuses me. But yeah, he's gonna just take his book out, make note of the day, kind of, and just like kind of out of comfort, go over all of his. Oh, I wish I didn't read that with my own two eyes. That's cool. Anyway, he's gonna go over his spells and just read through to make himself feel a little bit better. And then he's going to pick up his pen and he's going to start writing a letter. Because he's written a few letters in like the quiet moments to Nikea and just like telling her what progress they made and like reassuring her that he's still coming. And like everything he's learning, even though he hasn't actually sent any of them. But he's going to this time write the words "Dear Willow," and then pause a second, and then he's gonna reach into his like coat jacket pocket, into the interior pocket that's like real close to his chest, and he's gonna pull out the card that Willow gave them, like decades ago. It feels like, even though it was truly, realistically, like a week. And he's gonna kind of hold it in the other hand as he pens down an unknown letter to Willow.
I feel like there's a scent of lavender that's emanating from the card as you're writing that.
Oh, very much so.
Oh my god. Very faintly I hear Voltaire talking to himself, but I don't think about that.
And then you kind of hear him like, well, I mean, you don't hear for that far away. You hear him talking to him because it's kind of quiet at this time of night, and you hear like some of the other agents, "Shut up and go to sleep." And after about like an hour or two, Voltaire.
I'll just finish writing my letter, and then I will apparate my cat to sit in bed with me, and then I will go to sleep. Probably still holding the card. I don't think he put it away, but
1 second, I gotta check something real quick because I think this might help the situation. Oh, for sure.
Hi, Blue
Hello?
Jay.
I did you.
Oh,
Howdy.
No lie, I thought it was gonna be an hour later because I don't think the bot that's supposed to be changing the times is changing the times. So I thought it was gonna be 10 p.m. my time,
Oh shoot.
which is an hour from now.
Yeah, it definitely hasn't been changing my times either.
Yeah, mine either.
I'll start doing the other method that um Logan originally showed me, where it kind of converts the time for everyone automatically.
Thank
Isaac, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Isaac, as you're sort of like penning that letter and kind of like taking in the day, um, you notice that there's another bed in the bedroom that you're currently in, and there's a chair right next to it. You could tell just from the impression on that second bed that a small body once laid there in the past. And if you were to kind of like investigate it further, I would say with your passive investigation, you could sort of discern that that used to be Willow's bed.
Yikes. Oh, yeah. The room is even more full of ghosts now. That's cool.
Is there anything else that you would like to do? Okay. Anyone else have anything that they would like to do before we cut into the next morning?
Philippe would. There's
Oh,
time.
okay. Yeah, sure.
After helping blast that creature away from afar, he's going to change his visage and go visit the town's guards as to one of their higher ups and remind them that though magic is frowned upon under certain circumstances, certain individuals should be given a pass. And he gives them the description of everyone: the red tiefling with the horns, with the holy armaments, a somewhat lanky who, for all intents and purposes, seems very aloof and yet a weird confidence, a giant man with a somehow pristine chair strapped to the back, a walking insect covered in mud.
Exactly, 100%. You've got it. Wait, you forgot the giant part. I'm joking.
I said, and to keep an eye out for Jarvroth, who is accompanying them. And of course,
I think
Voltaire, who
I
has
think
been,
Voltaire looks like a human.
yeah, a human who somewhat looks angelic.
To be fair, I think no, I did. No, I said I looked like Borinar. Not sure I ever changed that.
Oh, okay. Provides a description of Boronar with a very noticeable. Is it crossbow or longbow that Voltaire uses?
Longbow.
It's a
Longbow. Yes. And after Philippe is done, he sets off into the night to prepare for what's to come.
Okay, excellent. So, as I mentioned before, anyone that needs to take their long rest, go ahead and hit that now. And then we will cut to the very next morning. It seems to be roughly 7 in the morning. The sun is just peeking through the windows. Um, or what few windows that the headquarters have. There seems to be a lot of hustle and bustle, more so than usual. An air of excitement fills uh, the headquarters that you haven't really. Some of you haven't experienced in a long time, and others never experienced. And it's kind of jarring, to say the least. You hear people like very excitedly, like, "Come on, let's go! We gotta go see this. Let's go! Come on!" And everyone just seems to be like rushing to leave the headquarters in a very like cheery. How do you all spend your morning?
Blue Jay is going to wake up as soon as they're like not exhausted and like look because they showered off all of the digestive juices and freak out and try to go run and find mud in the base in like this stronghold. And I'm just gonna be I'm gonna be searching everywhere to try and find mud.
I would say that the only mud that you could find is the mud that you're currently carrying, the healing mud.
I'm gonna rub like a tiny, like just enough to kind of like coat most of my body just thinly so I don't waste too much of it. But
Okay.
I'm gonna layer up on some mud later.
Okay. What is everyone else doing?
I roll out of bed and fall on the ground.
Why am I?
Actually, Lokia.
Oh god.
No. It's not bad.
What are you gonna do?
You roll out of bed and you feel something wet lap across your face. And as soon as you open your eyes, uh, you see Leaf just happily looking at you with his blind eyes. And your door is a little bit open.
I like don't fully realize what's happening. I like kind of open my eyes. I'm like hitting the air and I'm like, "Oh, Leaf. Hi, buddy." And then I like grab onto his neck and then lay on him and attempt to fall back asleep. As Lilkia did drink last night and she never does, so she's very tired.
Leaf is going to uh, pull out from underneath you, let you fall to the ground, and then continue to lick your face some more and give a little excited gaps like
I think she just kind of like continues to try and pet him. Buddy, calm down, dude, it's so early. Leaf, please. And all the while, I'm just like, my eyes are closed and I'm just like trying to shield myself from the light. And
as Leaf continues to sort of like lap you with his tongue and gap excitedly, you hear a door open and then close as Raziel sort of peeks his head into the room and just says, "Leaf, come on, let her catch her bearings. I am so sorry about Leaf. He's just excited."
I kind of use Leaf to help myself like get up onto my feet. I like rub my eyes. No, it's fine. I've known little dude for a while now.
And he approaches you and he kind of like holds out his hand. "May I?"
Sure.
He lays his hand on you and you see the now amulet of Salune that he's wearing kind of glow, and he casts lesser restoration on, and he said, "You probably should not drink that much going forward. And I'm sorry about the door. Lester wanted somebody to keep an eye out on you, and I volunteered. I might have forgotten to close it at one point. I'm sorry."
I stretch up and look at him, feeling much better now. It's fine. I just saw some people yesterday I didn't expect to see, dad, stepdad, dad's friend, both of my little siblings when they were kids and I abandoned them, usual stuff.
That sounds tough.
It is what it is.
I'm sorry you had to go through that, and I'm glad you're still here with us. If you ever need to talk about that, please come find me.
She'll just kind of nod, um, pet Leaf, and then do I hear like people outside, like talking and stuff?
You do. You hear a lot of like excitement going on.
I like kind of pay attention to that. What's everyone all up and at 'em about?
Oh, uh, the the Titan. I don't really recall his name. I'm not from around here. He he's doing something miraculous, and like we have never seen something like. I've never seen something like this. I decided to stick behind because I wanted to make sure that everyone got up and was well rested and was able to get out and go see it. But you should definitely go check it out.
I nod and once again, just kind of rubbing my eyes, waking up, and I grab my axe and start walking towards the door. Yeah, yeah, we'll go check it out, I guess. It's weird. Thank you again, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
please don't thank me. I'm just doing my job here. There are some refreshments and whatnot over at the bar. Please help yourself. I know some people are rough to rise, and I tried to do whatever I could to make sure that everyone had a good start to their morning.
Yeah, I'm about to go fuck that up. And I'm gonna start walking down the hallway using the back end of my axe to just knock on the doors as I walk by.
The rest of you, or at least Isaac and Bluji here, and Darvrath here, clunk clunk as Loki is walking down the hallway.
I just kind of stand at the end of the hallway and just wait for people to wake up.
I think I would hear some commotion and start stirring, and like remember that I had the sleep card. Like go to look for it, and it's like how sometimes you drool, and it like the side of my face. It's just stuck there with my drool. I had to peel it off, and then I look at it and I try to make it disappear again. See if it like will do like a fairy dust kind of disintegrate away.
Ooh, excuse me. Had a bit of a coughing fit. You go to like disapparate the card. You shake it, you move it all around, you try to like focus on it, and it just remains its physical.
This back away for safekeeping.
You hear like a very faint voice in the back of your head. Hey, don't crinkle me. The volume of that voice is very like if you weren't really paying attention, you'd miss it.
I think I'm gonna call you Roz.
Like Roz.
Yep.
Mike Wazowski.
Yep.
Yeah, Voltaire and even Gorm. Like you hear a lot of like commotion, especially Gorm. Like you're like right there when as people are like going down that main hallway.
I would look for the rest of the group first. I'm not trying to follow strangers alone.
As you guys are making your way to the main area of the headquarters, you see that it's been decorated. Just somebody woke up like really bright and early in the morning and just started and you actually see Lester sort of like sitting in a chair, just like marveling at his work.
Have we all just like made our way out to that area?
Yeah, I would say so.
Cool.
Just for the sake of time. And he sees you all enter and he goes, well, what do you think? Only took me 2 hours and 25 minutes.
You timed it? Why would you time it?
Every year I just get a little bit quicker.
That's actually impressive.
Very decorative. You carve these pumpkins yourself too?
Are they bad?
Oh,
Oh man, I knew I should have spent a little bit longer on them.
well, they look good. A little on the creepy side, but that's what we're here for, isn't it?
Yeah, Shadow's Light only comes once a year.
Very well said. You've done such an impressive job, you know, especially that right there. And I'm gonna pick just like point at a random decoration, and I want to see if he'll turn around and look at it because I'm gonna prepare a spell when he does.
He does look where you're pointing.
Okay, as rapid casting prestidigitation, I'm gonna make all of the candles around like this shitty fake ghost all go out instantaneously, and the temperature's gonna drop like 5 degrees in like the little cube where just Lester is. And then I'm gonna have the stupid like from horror movies where they go like "Da-da-da-da," and I'm gonna have that just sort of
I'm gonna roll a d20 and just figure out if he kind of like figures out what you're doing there. You spooked him.
turn back and I just try and hide my hands.
I pick up on this and I cast Thaumaturgy to cause harmless tremors in the ground.
You guys are tense.
I go, yeah, really good this year, Lester. Way better than last.
It's almost like you've got a real spirit trapped down here, some dark, malignant entity that you've harnessed into your decor.
His eyes begin to widen. He's like gripping the arms of his chair. And he just like looks.
I look at Milkia and then I put my arm over my face because I'm trying not to laugh. I'm gonna fake cough instead.
Lucius sees you trying not to laugh, and she can't help herself. She just busts out laughing.
Spirits are not funny.
I start snorting very loudly at the whole situation.
Lester's gonna like very like intimidatingly point at you, Jarfroth. Like kind of like a don't fucking start that sort of like look.
Oops.
Oh, you're right. It's so not a laughing matter. Lester well said. Spirits are very serious. And, you know, I am arcanely inclined myself. I have what many call sight beyond sight, you know, and I can sense the presence. Truly, I can sense it. I think we'll have to deal with that later, actually.
I don't know if you guys have like looked at the holiday on the calendar for the world, but it'll sort of explain why he's so scared. I'm gonna copy it real quick and share it. No, Kyle.
I don't like that he's doing the fingers thing.
Chat with the freak.
Thinnest veil, you say? Noted. Scheming quietly in my diary.
I will turn and look at the group, clear my throat to stop myself from starting to laugh again. Shall we adjourn to the outside to see what everyone is yelling about? I can hear them from here, and it usually means something's trying to kill everybody, right? Is that everyone's experience? Because that feels like that's been my experience.
I shake my head.
Huh?
Yeah.
Some
Like-
sort of Titan person. I don't know.
There's a Titan outside?
Yeah, the one we rescued.
Why are we inside? I have to go.
I don't know. Let's get out there. I want to see this too.
I should just search. Okay,
Be like, you're the one playing pranks.
that's because I thought there was something that was going to kill us outside, and I wanted to not go out there as long as possible. I thought everybody else would go.
As you guys are leaving, Lester kind of like shouts, "Don't forget to buy your costumes! They're selling out quick!"
What if we do have to fight something? Wouldn't that be embarrassing to die? Like, what if we get attacked and then you die in your Shadow's Night costume? Really hope you pick something cool, I guess.
Okay, shrugs. That's why you pick a hot one.
A hot one? Will the
Mhm.
spirits respond to sensuality?
Lucky just shrugs. In my experience, at least.
I'm gonna have to keep that in mind.
Hey, if you die, you want to look good.
That is, you know what? No, I can see
Yeah.
that being quite helpful. No, very well said. Maybe we do like a sexy group costume. How's
Oh
everybody
my
feel about that?
goodness.
Giant centipede.
Oh,
I'm on my way.
we have different views of what that means.
It's a group costume.
Human
Yeah,
centipede.
it sure is.
Instead of a small centipede, I will be a giant centipede. Perfect Halloween costume.
See, you're set. Yeah, maybe I'll just polymorph myself into like sexy something, the sexier version of something. I don't know. I shape.
Do a giant ape and put a top hat on him.
Hot.
A giant ape with a nurse costume.
That's definitely an option.
Oh my god.
Yup. Yep, that definitely could happen.
Okay, so you all sort of like rush your way to the center of town, near where what was Titan's Landing is. And I'm gonna post this in Discord and art channel, but this is kind of what you see to an extent. This is obviously not exactly what you see, but general idea.
Why is Bashikin so hot?
God damn. I know who I'm going for Shadow's Night. Damn.
When
him
you
sort of like
first introduced us to this Titan, you did not mention anything.
Yeah, every time we meet a Titan now, we have to get a 1 to 10 rating of how hot they are.
Absolutely.
So we can keep that for our notes.
Absolutely. A
what you guys
smash or
essentially,
pass, if you will.
Special pass.
what you guys essentially see is Bashik sort of like excitedly like moving his hands and like this white light blue sort of magic comes from it, and various bits of construction start to form, and where he used to stand and where people used to live inside of him, he constructs like this massive like housing complex, kind of like a tower of sorts in his old place. And everyone that's surrounding him is sort of like awestruck. They're cheering him on. They're excited. You see people hugging each other and uh like children throwing their toys at him. Uh Old ladies crying, tears of joy, and it seems like a very like awe-inspiring, beautiful moment. A miraculous moment, if you will.
I run to the front door and be like, mine, dibs.
I mean, he's still going at it, so it's still being constructed.
Get smashed in the rubble.
He steps on you because you're underfoot.
Now, when you say massive, to us massive, does it look like one of the like architect models to him, like next to him, like he's
It's
building a
kind of
little like dollhouse kind of thing?
it's kind of like he's building like a life-size like Lego or what the fuck is it called? The the bigger retarded Lego cousin, Mega Blocks.
Mega Block, yeah.
It's like he's building a like a really tall tower with Mega Blocks. I mean, it doesn't look dumb. It looks very exquisite and lavish and uh too rich for any of your blood. He hasn't noticed any of you yet, but some of the spiderweb agents and initiates sort of like wave you guys over to watch with them.
I kind of just happily trot over there, being like, hey, how's the party?
They kind of like respond with like the same sort of like I guess excitement, like not until later, but this is fun. Stick around. Do you guys plan to stick around and watch it, or do you want to do something else?
I was gonna try and be like, hey there, buddy, what you?
Are you speaking at normal volume?
Yeah.
He does not hear you.
Oh.
I'll kind of go up to Voltaire and put a hand on his shoulder as he's trying to just politely speak to the Titan. I feel like he's got sort of a real focus on I could bring you up to his like face if you want to talk to him, or maybe wait until he's sort of done constructing what looks to be a tower of high-rise apartments.
Yeah, we'll give him time.
It doesn't look like it's taking like a while, presumably,
while.
right? Yeah, okay. I was like, damn.
You can kind of gather, or at least you, Isaac, that he probably started this last night.
That's what he was doing. Do you think that he does like if we did him a great service, or the world a great service or whatever, do you think that he would like make stuff for all of us? Like, could he make me a wizard's tower? Always kind of wanted one of those,
That'd be cool. With a glowy eye on the top.
Oh, that would be really cool. I bet it would have no consequences either. What if we all had like magic ones, like matching towers with giant eyeballs, but they're all different colors?
I think blue jays would just definitely be mud.
Yeah.
Like,
Probably get sort of a sage green moss type sludge, brackish swamp, sort of brown color eyeball. He's a titan, you know. I'm sure he has a good grasp of the color wheel. I think we could work something out.
And,
Absolutely.
I think I would just go with like pure white. Like
That would be
can't get it
cool.
dirty. Magic, like you walk in there full of mud, you're now like pristinely pure white.
I feel like you guys are gonna have beef. I feel like your towers are gonna have to be kind of far apart from each other. It's okay. I can be an intermediary tower. I don't mind a little bit of dirt, you know.
Are you all openly having this conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you like how close are you to Bashikin?
I don't know. Wherever the
Like
spider web
close
group was.
close enough, or on the outskirts where everyone else is?
I feel like probably someone to the outskirts because he is building a big building.
Yes.
Intermingled in the crowd somewhere. Like
Yeah.
I said, where you said we walked up to wherever the spider web people were, so
Yeah.
they were assuming in the middle of the crowd.
And you recognize them by their face, but they're all wearing like sort of like civilian robes over their uniform. But yeah, so give me 1 second. Why did I do that? Fuck. So if you guys are like gonna watch this, it does take a couple hours to complete, which would bring it to around like 9-10 o'clock maybe. Um, but at the very end of it, he sort of does like a little like flourish with his hands, and fireworks come out of his fingertips. Um, and as they kind of like explode in the sky, you see that they form like two uh like shepherd's hooks, and they kind of materialize into like giant shepherd's hooks, and he kind of them, and he says, "This is to commemorate you, the people of Pure Star, and this would not have been done without the esteemed assistance and all of the works." And he kind of like he finds Voltaire in the crowd. He kind of like leans down, gets his face as close as possible to you, which scares the shit out of everyone surrounding.
I just stand there and everybody else
And
kind of like walks away.
he whispers as quietly as possible, but he kind of like it sounds like normal speaking volume to you. What do you guys call yourselves again? I don't think you ever told me. But just come up with something so I can continue.
Well, I think we unofficially go by Hunts then.
Are you
But
sure? That's
I'll
kind
look
of
at
a shit name.
I'll look at the other people and be like, "What's our name?"
I kind of just shrug at him and I'm just like, I don't know, man. I'm new.
Come on. I need to hurry up. Anything, just give me something. Not on some that shit.
Give us a second. Football huddle.
Any ideas, guys?
Does anyone have any ideas? The only thing I can come up with is the Mighty Tidies, and I don't think that's right because it's like Titans, but it kind of sounds like we're underwear, which I don't think is really good for our image.
That doesn't sound like a good name either. Kind of shit.
Okay, well, yes,
what do
thank
you
you, my
think?
lord. I appreciate it. Okay, he didn't like it. That'll be something we have in common or something, right? No. God, we don't really have that much in common. We're all alive.
I
Group
think
of people.
everyone's been possessed except for me. The possessed lad.
There's time for that. Yeah, don't worry. Possession follows these people around. Us. I'm part of these people. I'm part of these
Absolutely.
people.
Need something immediately, you could just, say the mighty band of heroes. But if we have time to think on it,
We'll workshop it.
Yeah, you could just say us like by name. Like you could just call us all by name.
That's gonna take way too long.
You're right. You're gonna lose the momentum of the speech. It's not gonna be good. I'm sorry.
And
I
he sort of
apologize,
like
Lord.
he gets back up so fast it kind of like makes a little bit of like a wind shock wave. All thanks to the great band of heroes that protected me and saved me from the evil cult.
Should we put our hands up or something?
Come, let us revel in your victory.
I think
And he's
we forward.
I feel like all of us are kind of still in a little awkward huddle in a way, and we're just like, oh, okay. Starts walking forward, awkward.
We're just like, was not expecting this whatsoever, but we'll go along with it. Absolutely.
Confused yet proud, walking forward.
Mm-hmm.
This
Ain't a name,
building is
guys.
dedicated to all of you, and once you come up with a name, will be named after this group of heroes. To add a cherry on top, I shall grant you a singular wish. But I will have you think on it, for there are stipulations. As I am the Titan of progress and advancement, this wish shall only pertain to that. And as I mentioned before, it is a singular wish, not one each, singular for the group. So take your time, think it over, hash out the details, and I shall grant your wish. Let us celebrate!
Here.
Huzzah! Huzzah!
And he
Huzzah.
kind of like bangs his two shepherd's hooks together 3 times, and you all see a bunch of tables start to materialize around the area. Stalls start to pop up, and the scent of like fresh food and fresh baked goods start to fill the air. Let us feast and drink and celebrate this wonderful morning, for our progress shall continue. And the crowd starts to erupt in cheers and celebration to the point where it's very deafening how loud this is. But for some reason, Sheikah's voice is even louder.
Isaac's gonna Isaac's gonna look at this tower completed. Very cool. And then he's gonna pull everybody back into the football huddle really quick. Guys, name option, name idea, just gonna throw it out there. So you know how we're like, we're just sort of like flying through history, we're like getting shit done, checking stuff off the list, and we have that big airship, so we're, flying through the skies, right? Making things happen. And we can turn into animals that fly. There's a big like thing about flying, like we've all kind of got cool things like that, right? And Willow can fly, right? That's cool. So we're doing like really just like soaring the skies. You know what I mean? And so I was thinking group name for this cool ass tower. So we have a cool ass tower in our name. Group name, because we're flying into the future and they want us to keep going. They want us to keep soaring. How about soar on? Like soar forward. I think that'd be good,
Yes, I agree.
You all kind of like feel a presence behind you, and Bashika goes, I kind of like it too. Well,
And then, just side note, we could be like, hey, can you put a big eyeball in the tower? It's the first eyeball tower. I don't know.
I think that would scare the children.
Yeah.
Big red laser beam that shines on.
That would be cool. I think the
Yeah.
kids might get scared of the big red
I think
laser
that would scare us
beam.
too.
I think everyone would get a little scared.
What if it's an eyeball that's just hidden by flowers?
No eyeballs.
That's
Oh.
nice. Okay.
Dang it!
The more I think about the name, I'm not sure that it's right. we also do a lot of walking, to be fair. It's not really all flying.
Almost dead, but not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very
especially with
apt.
what
That
I've
is
heard from
great.
Gorm.
Yeah, it's very apt.
I didn't hear no bell.
Freya, you're dead.
Anyway, enough talk. I'm going to check this place out.
You're going inside the building?
Yep.
Okay. I don't have a map for this, but I have a general description. So you open the double doors to this apartment type building, and inside, it's humongous. You see a very beautiful fountain in the center of it, with two goats sort of like spitting water. You see various like seating areas with like a little library nook in one corner. And everything is colored in like whites and blues and golds, very much like Bashikid's sort of ensemble that he wears. You see the symbol that you guys see on the cachet. You see that sort of like on some of the walls, and also some like iconography of like kind of like telling a story of the history of Pure Star in like a pictograph sort of situation. Like there is a little camp, little tent with Bashika sort of like towering over it, and then each picture is sort of like a progression of like that tent turning into a house, turning into a couple buildings, turning into a small town, turning into a bigger town, and then the last one is him sort of standing in the center of this giant town with his arms outstretched. And you see at the very far end of the lobby area, if you will, and the railings are kind of like pure gold.
Say bookshelves. Are there books on the bookshelf?
They are.
Wish Willow were here to see.
Don't worry, Voltaire. I'll let him know.
Are you dead? Forgot about you.
I got eyes everywhere.
Always watching.
Always watching.
Feel like I've heard this recent.
Always watching.
Always watch.
There you go.
I'll get you, Mike Wazowski. That kind of hurts. Philippe, what would you be doing this morning?
Yeah, no. Philippe is going to start this day early. He's going to don up like lavender, purple, maybe more violet um attire. Just to go match maybe something in like the Fey something Fey like. We'll do a like a purple um bug-eyed mask with like Medusa-like protrusions.
Okay.
With like little imagine Mike Wazowski's wife, but like not a cyclops, but like more bug-eyed,
Okay.
and it has little like white eyeballs, kind of move here and there. They're not really eyeballs; they're just decoration.
So it's
Like
kind
a
of like a
we
costume of sort.
a gosh, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and just walk around town
Like a
enjoying.
high end quality costume.
Oh yeah, checking in with my sponsor to see if there's any news on next steps.
You hear that distorted voice that you constantly hear every time you check in, essentially telling you that Another location has been discovered. They are proceeding with the next step. Do not fail.
No, where is this location?
Let me pull up my map real quick because as I mentioned before, all of my notes and everything gone, so I gotta remember where it was. Come on. Is that? Okay. Okay. The the voice sort of tells you a country to the east in a mountainous area.
Does Philippe know where that would be?
Yes,
Okay.
it is the country of Raunadar.
What'd you call me?
Raunadar, I barely know her.
Rayunadar.
I'm gonna spell it out. Give me 1 second.
No, oh, okay. Got pretty close. Really close. Okay. All right. Cool.
The voice does describe the location being the side of a mountain,
Got it.
but it
Okay.
doesn't go into any more details.
Right. We'll go continue on to see Bashikid. And while he's doing his grand gesture, slowly make my way to find what I'm looking for in his uh area.
Okay.
Complete, I guess, the mission here to see if that particular thing is still there if I need to and where I need to find it.
Give me 1 second.
And of course, I'm gonna fuck with everyone while he's there. Well, he's there in the vicinity.
All right.
Okay, received.
Okay. Um, Fast forwarding to where we are currently with everyone else. Um, After the whole tower has been made, you guys have done your little huddle. What is the plan now?
Did we explore the whole tower or just the lobby?
If you go up, the other flights of stairs, what you find is just various apartments, and they're unfurnished, but they're pretty big on the inside, kind of like those $1 million mansion apartment sort of situations.
Can't believe Bashikin is gentrifying Pure Star. That's fucked up. How are people gonna afford to live there, man?
Well, I mean, he was the home of those people.
Yeah, but like they went from paying rent to live in like the shin of a statue to like a real apartment. Girl, they're gonna raise rent.
Yes.
You mean we are?
No, I can't be a fantasy landlord.
Oh no,
No.
that's so bad.
You don't want to grow a hunched back and like an evil looking eye.
I thought
Wish for bells on the top.
I thought Voltaire was the fantasy Robin Hood. Please.
He's robbing something.
Yeah, apparently.
I didn't say we
Please.
had to
Before
turn him
you
over.
move out.
I mean, these people
Oh,
are
okay.
rich,
Okay.
and he has to steal from the rich to give to the poor.
I mean,
Yeah,
I guess.
gotta
Yeah.
fund our adventure somehow.
Before you move out, let me paint over every single outlet possible.
Yes.
You
How
guys
fucked
are the
up that
poor.
he didn't apparate furniture for anybody. Like, presumably that's all gone because he turned into a guy again.
Well, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Someone's really nice couch is in his small intestine right now.
Oh no,
Right, you need a
not the
fucking
family heirloom
fuck are you
couch.
running
I paid 2 million cachet for this.
It's just my great grandmother's. Wow.
This guy whooping our ass. Get a third.
Imagine someone's literal family's ashes are still in his small intestine.
Nice.
That sucks for him.
Delicious.
Sorry, dude.
Cannibalism, like
Forbidden
in a
Nesquik.
way.
Forbidden Nesquik.
Yum.
Yummy.
Pull everybody into the football huddle again. A more casual football huddle. We're not under duress. Is the plan still going to the airship? Forgive me, yesterday was a bit of a blur for me. You know, it was sort of the post-fight adrenaline with the pre-bedtime sleepy thing.
My vote is yes.
Sure. Yeah, fair enough. I think we ought to probably get costumes too at some point. I don't want to be like, I'm just getting used to being cool. So I want to keep that going as long as I can so that the kids at my school will respect me more.
Okay.
Who's gonna be Gooby, I guess.
We have Leaf,
We do.
Probably screw them.
or we have a cat.
I'm sure she would love that.
A cat in a dog costume.
I could just make her into a dog. It'd be funnier to do the dog costume, I feel like. That would be kind of funny.
Walk and talk toward the ship. But I would also like if when we exit, try to yell up to Bashik and be like, "Hey, is there a key to this place?"
Yes.
Awesome.
Are you asking for it?
Yes, please.
No.
Okay.
I said it was dedicated to you. It wasn't for you.
Oh, gotcha.
Kind of like a commemorative thing.
Okay. What are all the apartments for?
I kind of feel bad that took away dozens of people's home, so it's for
Ah.
them.
Okay, got it. Cool. Gotcha. Cool place. Really like it.
Right to the airship.
So long.
Hooray!
It just needs some sheeping.
Alright, so you all make it to the docks. You climb aboard the Blushing Lady, the airship, and you make your way down the hatch into the lower level of the airship. It's kind of small. Again, this was a gift from Lulu. This airship was essentially made just for her. She wasn't expecting a whole entourage to be utilizing it, so there's only one room in this airship. But you guys dedicated that one room to Willow. Um, is there anything, just to kind of like backtrack a little bit, was there anything that you wanted to do on the way to the airship?
Sorry. And kind of tug on Isaac's arm, like signaling him to like kind of fall behind with me. I'm gonna try and have a chat with him.
I'm so ready to chat. Sorry, I swallowed water up. I mean, I'm so ready to chat. Hey, everything all right?
Hey, the other night after we left the apothecary, you kind of zoned out and were saying some kind of weird stuff. You good?
Oh, yes, right. one more ingredient on the shit sandwich, you know. I had
some doofuses.
a vision, I suppose. I saw through the eyes of I was on Zolgren, I think. It certainly looked quite alien. All the lights and such.
You saw through the eyes of somebody.
Yes, one of my best friends from Blackbird. She and I were professors alongside each other at the academy. She was taken as well the same night that I was, only she didn't manage to escape like I did.
I see. What happened to them in this vision? Did you see?
Well, it was sort of strange. It was sort of like it was playing out in real time, and I had taken control, I suppose, of her form, and I was moving her through the labyrinth of hallways and doors and passages on this alien. I don't even know where we were, but her voice was in my mind, begging me to get her out. And so I just started running, but it was her running, but I was her in that moment. I don't know if that makes a ton of sense. Um, sort of ran. I did actually. I did spot piece of writing on a slip of parchment in one of the rooms. That I remembered enough to sort of copy down when we had a moment. I'm hoping I can
Just
guide
to sort of
someone.
correct you a little bit, it wasn't like a parchment. It was sort of like a clipboard, but without a parchment. But the clipboard itself was the parchment.
Oh, it was this sort of technology I didn't really understand. It was like there was no paper, but there was something written on it, you know? That doesn't make a lot of sense. I saw words on a clipboard, but they weren't on paper. I think it was alien. But it was Zolgren. It was definitely Zolgren. So, I'm going to try to find someone. I hate to derail everybody to go get fucking Yuri Salenti to read things, but I don't think Voltaire knows Zolgren, and I hesitate to consider Philippe, but might be my option. Not gonna lie.
Lokia nods when you say that. I also hesitate using Philippe for quite literally anything. I do not like that guy.
No, that's probably fair. He gives me sort of a weird vibe. Just wish we knew. I don't know. I just wish we could talk to Willow. I feel like that would clear things up, and we know for sure if he was someone that could be confided in, let alone trusted.
I view just like a tight-lipped smile, and then put a hand on your shoulder. I know what you mean, but after we find out what that writing was, do you think it'd be a good idea to set our eyes on getting to wherever that place is?
I think we might have to, yes. There may be a slight time limit, shall we say? The last sort of. Yeah, I would have written that down. Good question. Yes, the last.
with them?
Sure.
Do you want to share that document with Lokia and show her? I'll let you
Yeah.
share it in the general channel.
Guys, I'm about to give you the juiciest lore drop you've ever seen. You guys are gonna lose your minds.
So exciting.
I want you to know that it was like 2 in the morning and I was sent this document and I looked at it and I went, Jesus Christ.
Lokia definitely doesn't know Zolgren. I know a few languages, just not that one. Oh,
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's really interesting. It sort of gets my attention. You can see sort of here and here and here. You see these sort of collections of numbers. It's a number dash 9213. And there's like a bunch of them. There's like 20 dash 9213, 8 dash 9213, 14, and like they're repeated sometimes. And I don't know if that's a date or like a shipping. It was on crates, so like a shipping manifesto or something. The possibility that slightly scares me a little bit. I did at the end sort of pilot Nikea's body through a door, and inside the door there was sort of, what I would call the heart of something made of crystal, and then a bunch of like tubes with people in them. And I have sort of a sinking feeling that there may be a way to turn a mortal into a Zolgren. And I have a feeling that perhaps she's going to be subjected to that. I'm not sure.
I do want to clarify something. The things that you saw in those little capsules, it wasn't just Zol.
Oh God.
Even though it looked like it in there, it was like a smattering of other types of creatures.
Okay. There's people, things, guys in pods.
There's like other races of aliens. There's races that you would recognize.
That's
Just
great.
a smattering of different creature types.
I just remembered. Sorry, let me just backtrack that. It was full of aliens. There was a bunch of tubes and they were full of aliens. I'm gonna use minor illusion to make like a little diorama of the image that I saw with the big crystal heart and the fucking
I could,
tube
if you're okay
guys.
with it, I could pull everyone onto the map so they could see it.
Saw someone there. Show 'em what we're working with.
All right, give me a second.
Oh,
Yeah, so it
nice.
filled me with confidence. I loved the look of those big scary white things in the
Ooh.
tubes. Yeah, and sort of
Oh, isn't that nice?
the large crystal heart that was sort of erroneously beating and glowing in time, pulsing with purple light and all that. And the computers. I don't know what computers are, but
Lokia just like has as she's like kind of seeing this minor illusion, there's like just a chill runs down her spine, and she can't help but think of her poor sister that she's pretty sure is on this planet. And she just looks very uncomfortable. I think it would be best if we set our eyes to getting there immediately.
I'll reach out. I'll give Loki's shoulder a quick squeeze, reassurance.
Did you? Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
She would kind of look at her axe and just kind of like a mess with the handle of it in her hand. I hate to ask and make it about me, but did you see any other humanoid type people while you were in your friend's body?
Can I rack my brain to think if maybe any of the pod people were humanoid in any way?
You can roll history.
Sorry in advance if she is in the pod, because I don't think that's a good sign, but I love having intelligence, guys.
Um, you do recall in a panic as you were sort of like looking in at the pods, a female with no, but she bared no other similar features to Coralie. Um, from what Loki had described, because I don't think you've ever really met Coralie.
I'll like, this is gonna sound so stupid. I'll do the like computer enhance, and I'll like push onto like the corner where I remember that being, and like project an image of what I recollect vaguely.
Yeah, Loki, you see what Isaac saw, and it sort of looks like Coralie, but there's no tattoos on the head. The nose is a little bit too big, and they're actually like a halfling.
Oh. I'm definitely unsettled, but mostly just feeling like I have a fire lit under my ass right now. And I look at the professor. I'm not sure if that makes me feel better or not, but thank you.
And I can always, if there's, I don't know whether to call it a hope or doubt. She's on Zolga, but I can always try to scry on her again if you'd like.
Thank you. And I assume we're at the ship now.
So I wanna give Isaac an opportunity here. And you could totally shut this down if you'd like. Just for narrative sake. During the walk between Titan's Landing and the docks, it's about 45-minute walk, maybe. During that time, and during that conversation, would you like to use your new ability to try to decipher this?
Oh my
Or do you
god.
think or do you think Isaac would be a little too distracted? I'll let you choose.
Hmm.
And
I feel like
I know that I talked about this with you personally. The DC, if you were gonna, it is gonna be a DC because this isn't a language that is anywhere in this plane, in this world, anything like that.
Yeah.
So if that's something you want to try to do, we can do that. If not, we can hold off on that.
I feel like it would be really cool, but I feel like Isaac is very just focused on the people and not like the clues. So he's just kind of thinking about like Nikia and Coraline, and especially Willow, now that like they're actually finally headed kind of back to check on them. So I think he's probably a little too distracted to really concentrate on like reading it. I think he'll like pass the pages around the group as we're walking so that people can like take a look at it while we're walking, but he's not gonna like really try and read and walk.
You plan on doing this at a later time. If you employ the help of anyone that has some sort of familiarity with this language or symbolism. There's one person in particular, other than Philippe, in your group that has some sort of familiarity. If you employ them for help, the DC drops dramatically.
Guys, teamwork makes the dream work.
I was gonna say, um, did you pass them around? Are we able to look at them?
Yeah, I'll pass one out.
I can actually tell you, Voltaire, what words you would recognize in that. Give me 1 second.
And I was actually going to um pull out sleep and see if they can help me too.
Sleep sees a bunch of symbols and says, "What the hell is all this?
Do the voice. Commit. Do the voice.
What the hell is all this? What are these
Language of some sort.
English, motherfucker? Do you speak it?"
I do.
Common motherfucker. You speak it?
Um, think, Walter, you would recognize the word life. You would recognize. What else would you recognize? You would probably recognize fix or repair. You would also recognize. Uh, Cycle, and that the first line after the title of the document is appears to be a date. You're not sure what the word is, um, like what the name of the date is, but you do recognize that that is the way that your mother used to write dates.
I would relay this to Professor, at least.
So let me sort of highlight where you would find. Give me a second. Oh, hello. Never mind, because I can't really figure out where the words are in this symbol document. But you do recognize life cycle, the date, um, work, and uh, fix or repair. But I believe that's it. And you would recognize it any time or any part that has like what the fuck is it? Like this sort of format, that would be a date. So like the 14 or the 20 or whatever, the 9213 or whatever, that is a date. But yeah, that is what you recognize. Not much of everything else. But you guys do manage to make your way to the docks. The blushing lady is sitting very peacefully in the dock. You see a couple dock workers uh, kind of marveling at the airship. One of them is like posing next to it while another one sketches his friend, and he just sort of shouts to him, "Stop moving! Stop moving!" And as you guys sort of walk closer to the airship, the one that's posing sort of like looks around, notices you, and loses his balance, and he falls into the water. And the other guy's like, "Oh, now I gotta start this all over again." He crumples up his paper, tosses it into the water. And then as you enter into the airship, like I mentioned before, go downstairs, or down the hatch rather, and enter the kind of like living quarters of the airship. I know this map is going to show multiple layers, or that there could be multiple layers, but in all reality, it's literally just upper deck and then the living quarters. So I'm going to bring you onto the map, and as you, let me fix this actually. I forgot to. Uh, yep, there we go. I think I fixed it. I'll put your tokens right here.
I think this is the first time I'm actually seeing the airship.
No, you came in on the airship.
Oh no, like I am. I know
Oh,
Blue Jay's seen it, but this is the first time I'm seeing it.
I think this is the first time we've all seen the lower deck.
yeah. I didn't have a proper map before. Mobby.
It is very nice.
Oh. Give me a second. Where the fuck did I go? There it is. There we go. All right, guys, made your way down the hatch. It's the living quarters. The bedroom is right here.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to get off because I have work super duper early in the morning, which sucks ass. But I will be back next week.
Okay.
Fair
Yeah, we're
enough.
getting ready to end it here in a bit. So
Yeah.
thank you for playing.
Thank you for having me. Have a wonderful time in the airship, but don't have too much fun, you guys. Bye bye.
Good
Fine.
night.
All right.
Night night. Ice is gonna go up and knock on the door. Willow,
No response.
look back at the group. Should I like try and? I'll try opening. I'll be polite though.
Wait, check it for traps.
Is that something we have to be worried about?
I mean, if Philippe sent us this way, I would
Oh,
be.
that's a good point. No, that is a good point. I don't trust that little bitch. Sorry, I've never sworn more than when I'm talking about Philippe. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
You
Based in
detect the
bastard.
magical items that you all are wearing,
Hmm.
and also a something faint from on the other side of the door.
Okay, there's definitely magic a little bit inside the room, but I don't see any sort of magical traps here. I'm gonna, I don't know, like duck down and look for like physical, like a tripwire or other some physical traps. I feel like Philippe
Roll
wouldn't do that, but
investigation.
I
While he
feel like
does, oh, sorry.
no, go for it.
While he does that, can I cast Divine Sense?
Oof.
Guys, I'm good at magic and nothing else.
Loki, you did not sense anything, and Isaac, you do not sense any traps.
This seems fine to me, guys. Okay. I'm gonna try the door handle.
It opens, and nothing bad happened.
We did it.
I'll
You
do
beat the
the
game.
I'll do the like courtesy step in, where I'm like hands still on the door, eyes cast downwards, another polite knock. Everyone decent in here, or
You open the door, and your first instinct is to look towards the bed because that's where you remember Willow being. There is no one there.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
That faint magical aura on the other side of the door is coming from a small parchment.
Pick it up and investigate it.
It seems to be blank. It doesn't seem to be addressed to anyone,
Hmm.
but you have a sort of weird feeling that it was meant for you guys.
And it's just like a blank piece of paper.
It's like a parchment wrapped around something, sort of like a really thin gift,
Oh, okay.
kind of like an envelope of sorts. You open it, and there is a pitch black card inside of it.
It's the
You
exact
pull the card.
opposite.
You pull the card out of the packaging,
Yeah,
and as you sort of like bring it into your eyesight, you start to see like little like pinholes of light sort of scattered. It sort of looked like the night sky in a sense. And as you sort of move it, the view of it also moves. And with your just general intelligence, you can kind of gather that this is sort of like a window of sorts into the sky. What was described to you as space, maybe?
hey guys, I found something.
You raise it up into the sky where you think the moon would have been, or would be rather, or maybe lower. It might be a little bit lower. To where the moon would be right now, and you actually see the moon of Veridar through what seems like this card and through the walls of this airship and everything else.
Huh. Does it have any sort of inscription? Like, I know that the card that Willow gave Isaac, the flower one, has like it written at the bottom.
This seems to be like just a window, like a card shaped window. There's no inscriptions, no writing or anything.
Hmm.
And you bring it down lower, and you see like a faint, colorful spherical object of sorts. And as you focus on it, it starts to like zoom in, and it looks like it might be like what was described as like a planet. And then you move the card, just kind of like freaking out a little bit, and it shifts away the view, and you're looking at something completely different, like stars or something. And if you shift the view back, you see that same planet from before.
It's so Spiderwick Chronicles. I don't know if you will fuck with that, but it's so Spiderwick Chronicles to me. Okay, really quick before I come and show it to everybody, can I like put it up to my hand and see if anything happens? Like look through my hand.
Um, you don't. I mean, you obviously don't see your hand. You see space.
There's no difference. It's like it's just
There's
the
no
space.
difference at all.
Just had to check. Um,
Just had to make sure we weren't going to be little ant people.
I just had to make sure, you know. What if we had some vast cosmic universe inside us and we didn't know it? I turn back to everybody. I'm gonna saunter out, saunter, and hold up the card and like move it around slowly to show that the like contents of it is changing accurately to like the stars.
Yeah, and what you see on the back of the card is just pure black. That's it, like matte black of.
That's objectively horrifying. Okay. Another card left for us.
Vanta black. Yes, that's the word that I
Oh,
was thinking of.
I can't believe Anish Kapoor is a real person. Okay. Dungeons and Dragons. Thought I'd escaped him in this world.
Someone would have invented it.
Yeah, that's fair. It's someone else.
Maybe it is him.
Damn. That's the really he's the big bad of the whole campaign.
Y'all just gonna fight and just avoid a Vanta black. Yeah, you all see stars and occasionally like a celestial of sorts. Um, Occasionally you'll see like a shooting star pass by or a comet. And one thing that takes you all, what intrigues you all, is a colored thread that seems to be woven from your perspective towards somewhere else. It's like a kind of like a greenish sort of colored thread. And Isaac, you would sort of recognize this as some like somewhere along the lines of the coloring of Willow's magic.
Interesting. And it looks like it's
It, it,
connecting
it
two
it's connecting
places.
somewhere,
Okay.
and it every time you move the card, you sort of like see a kind of where the thread is going.
It looks like it's connecting the card to somewhere.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's trying. I think Willow's trying to tell us to go somewhere. Do any of you want to try and? There's a thread, but I can't get a good grasp of it. Would any of you like to try?
It's essentially just getting the right angle of where the thread is going. Is anyone else interacting with this card?
Nobody else is, I guess I can.
Okay. What exactly are you doing with this card?
Like they're watching others. I mean, I'm on the other side of the room right.
I would say that you all are in the same room, just for the sake of uh for the sake of it.
So assuming that you whirled it around and looked at it and held it up to the light and everything.
Mm-hmm. So you kind of like take it and you moving it around, and you're kind of like following this thread a little bit. You hold up to the light. No, that's not a good angle. You move it around, and you see that this sort of thread of sorts, um, is sort of like leading off into the distance, and you see off in the distance a kind of a multicolored celestial body of sorts. And as you sort of focus on it, it starts to enlarge as if it's getting closer to you. And something inside of you, Voltaire, something strange, like innately, like naturally recognizes this place. You don't
Oh,
know how, but you sort of feel like a you're drawn in a way.
think this is it. Just have a feeling.
But the thread is not going directly to that celestial body. It seems to be going around it. But that particular uh, planet seems to be very like alluring to you.
Don't know what it is about this one, but I think it's supposed to go here. But
Direction.
see the thread go, it goes around. It appears to continue, but I feel like we should go here first. Like I've been there before.
Do you think that maybe you have been there?
Walter, you would recall that you were actually born on Veradar.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. No, my mom says I was born here, but I feel drawn planet, whatever this is. It's calling me, like I want to go home.
If the thread's headed that way, even though it goes around, I think it's a good direction to start in.
How do we?
Yes. I keep repeating the where the big choir goes, it feels like home. So now I can picture Voltaire doing the little like
When you call my name.
I can teleport us, but I have never been on another planet before, and I don't know how accurate that would be. We may end up sort of a sad pink mist by the time we get there.
I mean, does your teleport have limits? Is it just places you've seen? You've been there?
Well, right now it's sort of like if there's a circle, like a pre-established teleportation circle that I know or have copied the design of into my sound in chalk and like link the two of them and then go that way. It's not really sort of, I haven't really mastered the ability to kind of freely teleport wherever yet. It's sort of later on for me, I think. There, and somebody can sneak me like a painting of a sketch of it and its finer points. I can probably try. Just us going to another planet, and then, you know, if I died, you wouldn't go.
Kinda wish we could see around. Is there a way to zoom in on this?
Try like walking that way, and then kind of like, I don't know, it's sort of a
It, I get the feeling of home, but it just doesn't seem as colorful as I thought it would be.
It's fair. From what I saw previously in visions and such, it's very sort of bright neon lights.
Right, exactly. Like, I had a few visions of my own, and it's a lot more vibrant.
Isaac, you would also recall that Bashika did sort of allude that it's dying, so that could be the cause of the paleness.
In good shape, too. She could be sort of on her last legs.
I agree, but again, as we've come to know, we've been tricked more than once. I mean, this red, I feel, again, is going beyond the planet. We just can't see what's around the other side.
I forgot about. Hey, sudden thought that just came to me just now for no reason. Blue. So you know how that alive, a titan, a person. Zolnia is another name for her, you know, large, scary woman planet. I don't know if your mother or other family have ever mentioned to you. Zolnia has a twin.
Uh, I mean, past like 2 weeks, I've learned a whole lot, and that wasn't one of them. Again, I'm thinking they could be absolutely twins, or like neighboring planets, or I mean, they might be in completely different solar systems. I don't know.
Yes, I'm not sure either. I just know that those two titans were twins. I don't really. It's hard to sort of speculate on the relationship between them. I'm not sure if, they're loving or if, Selmy is gonna try to sort of absorb her twin and live longer, or I don't know. Maybe her twin will be an ally. That'd be nice.
That would be nice.
That'd be nice. Feels like the universe is probably not gonna fold out like that, but
But would would they both be dying?
I only know that Zolgra's dying. I don't know. I'd probably have to look up like actual information on the twin. I kind of did a refresher on like the people we were currently dealing with, and then she kind of slipped in my mind that she had a sibling. But I can, you know, can't really ask anyone. I guess I could try and find like books or something and learn a little bit about the twin.
Yes, that good idea. That's gonna take a little bit of time though.
Yeah, it's true.
The only thing we can find here, should we look around more?
It concerns me that I don't know. I think one of our priorities should be finding perhaps a more suitable mode of transportation across realms or across planets or something. I only say that because Zolgra, as we know, the Titans take the form of what their task is, what they represent, right? Zolgra is the planet, that is her life, to be the planet. But is here to represent growth and development. I wonder what the purpose of the twin is. Was she, I assume, were they a planet too? Were they made for a different task, or?
So One is life, the other possibly death.
Yeah, I really, and you know, I don't love that. You know, would
I
be really bad.
yeah. Yeah, that would be, you know, teleport to the planet of death. Doesn't sound very enticing.
No. Tell you what, I think we should start with some of us take a bit of a look with the card. Maybe go out and take a look, try and chart a little bit more. And maybe if you might help me with the document I showed you earlier, perhaps that will lend us some insight into
Maybe
the
we can
situation.
try and decipher it a little bit. I mean, I did recognize a few words, but dripped it.
I should really just become fluent in Zolgren because it seems like it's becoming a really big hassle. And I really don't want to ask Philippe. I feel like that is rock bottom if I walk up to him and I go, sorry about that time I tried to kill you and then you tried to Eldritch Blast me and then I count on and then I walk up and I go, yeah, remember that? Don't think about that. Can you help me translate this 7-page document for no recompense? Thank you. I don't know how well that's gonna go, you know.
It's worth a try.
I mean, it is. I do keep talking about how much I'm gonna punch him in the face when I see him. And Lil Kid did use the word skin him. So, you know, I feel like I gotta get him like flowers or, you know, a gift basket or something.
Yeah, and find them first.
Yeah, he's also gone, which is super helpful. Thanks, Philippe. Again, cool.
Lucas says deadpan while sharpening her axe on a chair. I still want to skin him.
I don't blame you.
So, Isaac, are you asking?
Sorry, are you guys hearing? Oh, there's another voice in my head, guys. Are you guys hearing that? Is it just me?
Just you.
Really, Voltaire?
Nope.
Denying my voice?
Now
And then everyone can hear me. As I choose to let them hear me. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Not long enough.
a couple hours for me.
Don't you think? Funny, he's dispatched somewhere.
Yeah, we're not talking to Philippe. We're talking to the sister who helped.
Possibly, possibly not. You should really consider and believe in yourself. You may not be far off.
I'm gonna look at the rest of the group. Are there more people like in Willow's head? Because like I saw the one and she was a lot. Is there more than that?
I mean, there's many in Willow's head. One they were trying to contain, or is still trying to break free.
Who knows? I have to find my body first.
What happens if we just get rid of the body?
Then you'd be killing Willow, wouldn't you?
And you?
Who's to say?
And the other 12 people inside?
Are you really going to take that chance?
Probably not.
Then you'll never know.
Any clues, hints to where your body is?
Someone left you a way to find it, and yet you still can't use it correctly. Isaac, remind me, when you moved from that room to where you are now, did the scenery change?
A bit.
I wonder what happens if you extend it to, I don't know, the size of this room, maybe in the epidemic. A change in perspective is sometimes all you need.
You know what? We are on a flying ship. We can get a different perspective.
Are you telling us to jump?
And no.
Not quite. No, no, not like that.
Hey, let's go up a couple 100 feet. See if it changes.
Or even to the left, try and like get around the planet, see if we
Yeah.
can like see around it. Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
wiggle the ship around space for a little bit.
Captain, wiggle it.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, give it a try.
Okay, you start up the blushing lady, rev her engines, the Lodale Ganite thrusters hum, and you begin to ascend into the air, however how you said you wanted to go, and you get to the specific angle that you wanted, and what now?
Look through the fabric of space again.
So you hold the card, and you sort of lost the angle of where you saw that planet, but after a little while, you're able to kind of like get that area, like a viewfinder sort of situation, and you notice that you can sort of see behind it, and it's a ominous, looming, like dark purplish shadow, and it seems to be slowly getting bigger and almost overtaking parts of the planet. And just as soon as you see it, a tendril of sorts comes hurtling towards you, only to get smacked away by like a lavender and was it, give me a second. Give me 1 second. Forgot the colors for this. Yeah, like a lavender and gold sort of burst of magic smacks the tendril out, and your view of the planet starts to kind of distort and shift away, and you pretty much lost the view of the planet.
Did the green thread seem to go into that dark?
You couldn't get a good view of it before getting attacked by the tendril, and that's actually where we're gonna end it.
Ah, there's other stuff there.
I'm sure that it's actually a really friendly cloud of death. It's probably really nice, you know?
Hiding behind a planet of death?
Yeah, they're probably super chill, actually.
Oh man.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.